I realized that of all of my other speeches, I never start with an introduction. I'm Catherine. Nice to see you guys. I'm going to be talking about art therapy, and I'm going to have a cute little therapeutic session with you guys today. Have you guys heard of art therapy before? Yes, no? Um, Art therapy is basically using art to learn more about yourself and also to reflect, to calm down your emotions. I think the most important thing about art therapy is to learn about yourself through art so that you can know what you're going through. You can plot my notes. As what Grace said, God made us to be creative, right? And be creative also means to express yourself. And I feel like through expressing ourselves, we also learn about ourselves too. A lot of time as an artist, when I draw things, I will look like before I drew it, I will be like, oh, look, how am I gonna do this? Like, what should I do? But when I finish my art, I'll look at it and be like, oh, I did not know I can do that. And after looking at all the colors that I used, you kind of slowly kind of understand what were your emotion when you were drawing those things. So art can actually help you discover who you are. Which comes down to what I want you guys to do today. I will give you guys a little personality test, and it requires you to draw something. I will explain whatever that will give to you. Can you pass out your papers? If you have a pen, if you don't have a pen, you can borrow someone. That's for you. Be friendly.
I've got extra I can do in the back of me.
You guys excited? I'm excited. We're gonna do be practical today. This is what you're gonna draw. You're gonna in your picture, you're gonna create a picture, not just like a list. You're gonna create a picture. In the picture, you need to have a sun, a moon, a house, a tree or some trees. You need a snake. You need to draw a river and fish.
How much time do we have? How much time do we have?
3 minutes. It's really simple. Don't do those crazy. You're not creating a masterpiece. And yeah, I know some artists really want to do something different, but we don't have time, guys. Have 50 seconds left. I mean, it's a tech, maybe I can sing a song. I think that's speaking. Yeah, Catherine. I'm 19 years old. I love Jesus. I got baptized in 2019. I lived in Taiwan before, then moved to California, and then now in Chicago. It snowed earlier, right? It's beautiful. And the weather's nice today. Look at the trees. They're orange. My favorite one.
Singer songwriter.
Sing my song.
No,
Sorry, let's sing a song.
you're a singer songwriter.
Oh yeah, and I write songs. I'll listen to them. Here. Oh, we have 2 seconds left. Ready? 3. Okay. You gotta stop drawing because you have to listen to me. Do you think you get everything done? I will be analyzing your art. You don't have to show, this is my art, by the way. You don't have to show anybody. I will explain it, and then you can, according to what I said, you can kind of grasp who you are. So first, let's talk about the sun and the moon you drew. The sun and the moon kind of represent your ideology on the role of the two genders, men and women. Here we go. If your sun is higher than the moon or bigger than the moon, that means you are more like you think men are the leader of the household. You think man is the carrier of the relationship. You think man is the head of the relationship. If your moon is higher, that basically means you're feminism. Well, it doesn't mean that you want guys to be like lower than you, but you will show more love and care when you're in the friendship or in a relationship with another gender. Oh, next, there's one little thing about the moon. If your moon, I did this on purpose. If your moon is not a whole moon, if your moon is not like this, it's like there's like a little mouth open. That means something deep. That means when you're with other people, you're not really showing who you really are. Just so you know. Let's talk about the house. There are two different kind of house. Some people draw. How is it so far? Is it like accurate kind of a little bit? No.
No.
There's a lot of things you don't know about yourself. So you might not think it's true, but you drew it. This is one way of drawing a house. You can draw it like this and on like a hill or with grass underneath, but you don't have like a bottom line for the house. This is another way to draw, which is how I drew it. For your house, you guys see?
I don't know if it's.
Oh, that means you have a bottom line. That means you have a floor.
Oh.
If your house doesn't have a floor, you have a floor. So for those houses, if you have a bottom line, that means when you think about the concept of home, of family, you feel safe and secure. If you don't, that means when you think of the family, there might be some insecurity in it. You might not feel like safe in your house and like when it comes to home, the concept of home. Some people will draw things on a house. Some people will draw a door. If you have a door, that means you're from a pretty free household, or you're a really free person. You don't really have like rules and you're open for different just flexibility. If you have windows on your house, you either miss somebody, you're like missing somebody, or you're the kind of person who accept diversity. So you're open for new concept and stuff. Why are you laughing? I am
Because what does no windows mean?
well, we don't talk about that. If you have a chimney, if your house have a chimney, that means you're a communicator.
I want a chimney.
Communicator, but you tend to communicate more. If you don't have those things, that doesn't mean you're not. It's just that it's not too firm yet. It's not like a final word in your heart. Like you won't. For example, if you don't have a window, that doesn't mean you're not missing somebody. It probably just means that you don't really miss them too much to have a window. It's trustworthy, trust me. I've done this so many times. I used to have a lot of art classes, and my teacher saw that they always do this test for us, like the students. So it's something that Taiwanese do that. Okay, let's talk about trees. If your tree looks like this, like a little broccoli, or some people draw a tree with a bottom line with a line at the end. If your tree doesn't have a bottom line, look like this, that means it's not a bad thing, but that means you don't have too much ambition on things. You're pretty just not too much ambition. That doesn't mean you don't have, just not too much. Okay? If you have a bottom line, that kind of means you're pretty stubborn. It's harder for you to accept new concepts and new ideas. If your tree is like this, like really simple, just little, not a lot of details, that means you're a pretty straightforward person. You won't think too much when doing something. Yeah, you're just pretty simple in your mind. If your tree has a lot of branches or leaves, or if your tree have like fruits on it, that means you think twice before taking action most of the time. And you're pretty doubtful. You doubt a lot. And you're good at planning things. You're more logical. So that's what happens when you have fruits. So far, so good. Next, we're gonna talk about snake. Oh, that's funny. It's gonna be a bit spicy. So snake represent what you view what's your perspective in a dating relationship? I know. So it doesn't matter like what kind of snake you're drawing, but what matters the most is the position, like where you put the snake. If you put your snake near the trees, that means you want the relationship to benefit your career. If your snake is far from the house, that means you probably have some concern in the relationship. If you're dating, that means you might probably have something that like you're worrying about. If you're not in a relationship, that just means you're probably not really, you still have some worry and you don't have that much confidence to commit to a relationship yet. And then let's talk about the river. The river represents your friendship. If the river is really straight, that means you don't really have that much ups and downs in your friendship life. If a river has some curl or it's like really curly, that means your friendship or experience with your friends are probably pretty dramatic. Like a lot of ups and downs, a lot of betrayals, a lot of lies, or good things too. And then last thing, we're gonna talk about the fish. The fish represent how many close friends you have. It's not the exact amount of friends, but if you have a lot of fish, that means you take a lot of friends. You have a lot of close friends. You take them all really sincerely. If you only have a few fish, that means you only have like a few close friends that's really, really close to you. It means a lot to you. And also the size of the fish also means like how much they mean to you. I don't know if it helps you to learn more about who you are. But from this kind of personality test, at least I can see, art can tell us a lot about a person. Which brought us to our next point. Not just like the sketching and the lines, colors also can tell us about who you are. I'm gonna be talking about what your favorite color means and tell us who you are. Let's go with red. Is any of you's favorite colors red? Nobody? Okay, thanks. If you like color red, that means you're a pretty bold person and you would try to look for opportunity to stand out. Maybe you're not the kind of person who like to go on a stage, be in attention, but maybe in a relationship or in a friendship, you want people to see like, oh, a different side of you. Who likes orange here? I love orange. If you like orange, that means you really like to socialize and you really value relationship. What about yellow? Ah, look at that. If you like yellow, that means you're a pretty happy person. You love to share, you love to learn, and you love to be creative. Do you think that? Okay. Who likes green? Green. I don't like green, guys. If you like green, that means you're pretty aware of how people think of you, and you would seek acceptance in many places. If you're a lover of green, if you like green and one day you find a boyfriend or you're in a family, you're gonna be pretty loyal, honest, and affectionate. Who likes blue? Oh, a lot of people. Blue represent inner peace. So maybe you're a pretty calm person. I know sometimes everyone get depressed, everyone get anxious sometimes, but it's easier for them to feel calm and peace. They don't have a lot of emotions going up and down. You're maybe a clean and tidy person. At least that's what my research said.
No.
And if you like blue, you will live according to your ideal and your beliefs a lot. Like you will have discipline, that you know what your belief is, you know what ideal lifestyle you want to go, and you will go for it. If you like purple, one, it means you're artistic, and also means that you're pretty into spiritual topics too. In a relationship, if you like purple, in a relationship, you tend to focus on observing and analyzing many things deeply. And so because of that, you will probably feel moody a lot of times, but that's just because you're processing those deep emotions. If you like pink, that means you're lovely, you're loving, and you're like a mom. You're caring, and because it kind of shows a softness and a feminine type side of you. So people who love pink would tend to want to be accepted and want unconditional love. If you like black, that means you're pretty strong in your action. You have a strong determination on what you want to do, and if you want to do something, you'll go for it, like strongly. And if you like white, you're pretty positive, you're independent, you're self-sufficient. At least that's what I got from the research. So as we can see, oh, it's the wrong slide. Art is a product of humanity. Without human, without God, there's no art in this world. I want to share something about me. When I look at someone and when I have a friendship or relationship with them, colors and patterns or shapes will pop up in my mind. And I think it's just a really cool thing because I can see that how everybody is a color and everybody kind of have a shape of who they are. And it just shows how creative God is too. For example, when I have a crush, I used to have a crush, and when I look at him, he's like an orange to me. He's not just orange, it's just shape. So in my mind, there's a circle, like a ball of orange, and everything is just, it's like gray. I don't know what color, it's like between white and black, so I think it's just gray. And I kind of, the way I interpret it is that I only know this much about him. And this much is orange to me because I just love how like enthusiastic he is and like caring and kind he is, and it makes me think of orange. But the reason why other part is gray because I don't know him that much, I don't know him that well. I don't hang out with him. So maybe if I hang out with him, I'll change a little bit. But for now, I don't know him that well, so just like a circle of orange to me. I don't know if that's for you too, but that's what I mean by art and color can show a person and tell who you are. So since now you know these pool of meaning behind art, I hope that you can appreciate art more and how much it means to our civilization and humanity. Thanks. That's my speech.